Number 2, Zion Williamson. I think the note that I sent you in our little preview is Jesus Christ, Zion Williamson is jacked again.
Yeah.
Um, holy shit, Zion Williamson. Like, if we're going to do like a muscle watch section, and we're going to save that to the end, but like, I think Zion deserved his own section
Yes.
because he is in the best shape we've seen him in his NBA career. And look, let's be real about it. That's not saying a lot. Zion has dealt with injury. He dealt with injuries his first year, and I think came back and didn't really have conditioning. His second year, he was in pretty good shape, but I think that like you could see it defensively, right? Where his kind of motor didn't run all the way hot all the time in comparison to what it did at Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, obviously, was out for the whole year. There were many images of him looking like he was something like 300 pounds. He looks phenomenal this year. And this is something Will Guillory at our website has written about. You should go read his story about how he's gone about doing it. But Zion looks awesome. And I've had some questions about this New Orleans team and just the lineups they're going to use, not about the talent. I think they're extremely talented. But seeing Zion come in like this just makes me think, oh, has a chance to be like a monster team.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah, I hope for Zion's sake that, assuming he hasn't been in New Orleans a lot the last few months, I hope now that he's back in New Orleans permanently, that doesn't impact what he's built, because kudos to him. It looks like he really worked his tail off. But as you know, Sam, that New Orleans food will get you. There's a lot of it, and it's not very good for you. So I'm actually very curious, because I think that is kind of like a base point, because this is legitimately, with our own eyes, the best we've seen him look. And if he goes through a season and we start to see him maybe gain a little weight, like maybe that is a conversation that needs to be had. But he looks phenomenal. I agree with you. There are questions about the lineups on this Pelicans team, but this is like, they're going to be my league pass team of the season. Like, when I'm not at a game and the Pels are playing, I'm going to be watching the Pelicans. Like, I think they're going to be so much fun.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, there's the big thing about coming into the season in shape for players is that the season goes so quick. It just is so fast paced, and you have games every night, and you're just like losing calories. Guys tend to lose weight throughout the season as opposed to gain weight, because it's just hard to keep it on. It's hard to keep that kind of muscle mass on. Now, as long as Zion is on like a strong diet and like has everything going, I think there's reason to believe that like he could get even in better shape throughout the course of the season, not worse shape, because of this. So it's enormously important that Zion's coming into play and coming into the season as healthy as he is and as in shape as he is. I couldn't be more excited for this Pelicans team. Like, I think that I was kind of like, 46.5 on their win total over under when Robbie Calland and I did their over under.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing Zion makes me think they have a chance to like go way over if this all goes right. I think they're, like I said, they have a lot of defensive questions because their big three players, or really their four best players, are Zion, CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Jonas Valanciunas. All four of those guys have their own defensive concerns in some way. But if the offense is as good as it has a chance to be, it might not matter. And they're long, they're big, they're athletic. They have Herb Jones and Trey Murphy. Like, they might just be able to shrink the court on teams defensively while being more athletic and being able to do everything they want offensively.
They're going to remind me a little bit defensively, not to the same extent, because that team went really big, but in terms of length, the championship Lakers team of what year was that? 2020. Like, just when you saw that team in person, how long they were and how big they were. Like, again, they're not going to have the exact same size in the front court, but I mean, you just named a bunch of guys that just have abnormal wingspans, and I think they're going to shrink the court. I think that alone might make them a little bit better defensively than the individuals that they have. I can't wait. I want to say, like, I want to give like a shocking hot take prediction for the Pelicans, but I can't think of one that's not a little too hot to touch. But I'm gonna think of one because I love this team. I love this team.